or if it's going to be a clear and sunny day throughout. Felicity, hello, good morning. Hope the weekend was good. How are you?
Good morning, Helen. I am much better today than yesterday, except that we had a lot of rains over the weekend.
That's right.
Where Volta region part, the capital, had a flood here and there, and then, so
that's
it's
right.
A big concern to some of us.
Some
now.
unfortunate scenes, of course, that we picked up: flooding, lots of property being lost. What can we expect for today? More rains?
Yes, more rain for those of us in the transition and savannah, Greater Accra, Central and part of Western region. We still expect cloudiness with light rain or drizzle this morning. Those of us in the Ashanti region too, we are expecting some light rain this morning. Then in the afternoon, we expect the sun to come through to warm up the environment for us, taking temperatures as high as 29 over the coastal strip, 33 over the forest, as the Ashanti, Eastern, and then parts of the Western North. As we are moving to the transition and savannah, we are expecting temperatures around 34. For the north, we are expecting it around 35 degrees Celsius. In terms of the sea, we are expecting it to be rough today, so fisher folks still have to be a bit careful. The Volta Lake is also cool this morning, except some patches of rain that is expected, but it's not having any thunderstorms in it, so they can do their activities, except that some areas are likely to be experiencing misty conditions and then foggy, so they have to be a bit careful. For the evening, yes, some portions are still expected to have rain, leftovers of what that we experienced over the weekend. So we still have some light rain or drizzle over the southern sector in the evening into the night hours.
What about temperatures?
Yes, I've done the temperatures: 29 for the coast, 33 for the middle, 34 for the transition, and then 35 for the northern sector.
All right, sure thing, Felicity. Thank you so much for that update. Of course, we'll be looking out for further ones as the day progresses.
Thank you so much, most definitely.
Have a wonderful day, Felicity. And again, that was Felicity Ahafianyo. She's a chief forecaster with the Ghana Met. Some more rains expected. High temperatures reaching about 35 degrees Celsius up north. But I still say it's a good day to have a good day. And if you've only just joined us, a warm welcome again. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7, the best breakfast show in all of the land. We'll be getting into the news review shortly. We have a plethora of newspapers in front of us. As always, we'll run through the headlines and then take some details. DJ Abiam is here. He's on the ones and twos. He'll be treating us to some great music all morning long.
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Anna, and the world over. The main reason why you need to start your day with
good morning to some really young fans that I met during the 3FM Baby Fair. And shout out to your parents and your guardians. You keep the dial locked on 3FM 92.7. And the kids love it. So shout out to Catherine. I also met young Kofi yesterday. You were there with your little sister, or was it older sister, your mom and your dad, and mommy had a newborn. So shout out to Kofi's parents and Kofi's siblings. It was a pleasure meeting you all, and what a success the 3FM Baby Fair was. For a maiden edition, it was incredible. Of course, we'll be seeing you at the next one.
We give the leaders the mandates to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them into account. It begins here. Start your day with us.
And it's 26 minutes after 6 here on 3FM 92.7.
Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.
So I will be actively experimenting
You'll be actively be experimenting with
Send you with the
N4.
I send you with the
Hey, my God. I want to say thanks to all the vendors and those who came out to, participate in the 3FM Baby Fair, all those who came out to buy what has been displayed as well. I want to especially send out love to you and kudos to the whole team who worked tirelessly to make sure that this became possible. On the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning, Africa states need trade partnerships. Zambia president says so. Government committed to protecting intellectual property, according to the AG. Police arrest chief for destroying 33,000 rubber trees, and NHIS hit 17.2 million membership, highest since inception. It comes with a photo of Dr. Bernard Okuboy, chief executive of the NHIA, and also former member of parliament for Lejukuku, the youngest ever to have been CEO of Kolebu. I'm told he has eyes still on the Lejukuku seat. Let's see what happens. On the back page, stop female discrimination in mining. A whim. President appeals to management, and Ho Bankoi flood waters recede. The Ghanaian Observer this morning reports that See Something, Say Something National Security Deepens campaign. Napo named overall Africa role model in politics and governance. Vote massively for humble, intelligent Baumia. Isaac Gosse urges Ashanti region delegates. Zambia opens doors for Jospon. The Ghanaian Times this morning says claims by healthcare providers NHIA pays over 471 million Ghana cedis in 42 days, back to the 90-day arrears window. Zambia president woos Jospon to invest in country's waste management sector. AG leads government delegation to 64th General Assembly of WIPO, and National Security Minister takes See Something, Say Something campaign to the Upper East region. Finally, for me, the BNFT. President of Zambia, Jospon, collaborate to revolutionize waste sector. Treasury exceeds financing target in H1 of 2023. PFJ prioritizes cereals, poultry in second phase, and NHIS pays over 471 million to health facilities in 42 days. Ghana beyond gold. That's an article you'd want to find and read, Helen.
All right, so I've got the Daily Analyst, the Finder newspaper, and also the Daily Guide. Let's start off with the Finder newspaper. VVU Honors Nanado, Zambia President J.A. Kufuor, Chief of Staff Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings. Also, Zambia President backs expansion of Jospon Group's operations. I persuaded World Bank to inject $200 million into tree crops agenda. Dr. Ifria Koto is quoted there, also pictured on the front page. I am Kufuor, a Kufuado creation. Dr. Baumia proclaims at meetings with delegates. He's also pictured on the front page. And Alan has served NPP longer than his competitors. A lot of conversation surrounding the Yedrumiso saga. Yedrumiso saga. How is that going to play out in the next coming weeks and months?
Well, we have until November, but let's see. Yedrumiso. The
Daily Analyst this morning. It's my turn. 2023 Farmer Awards. Tobinco wins Entrepreneur of the Year, grabs 5 other awards.
Yeah, I hosted that over the weekend.
How was that?
Of course, great. My concern, however, was that I didn't see a lot of our people. When I say our people, I saw a lot more Lebanese, Indians within that space. There's nothing against foreign direct investment,
of course,
but to the extent that this is healthcare, this is pharma, and you're not finding Kwesi, Kojo, and Kwame. I found a few, but you're looking at a lot more foreign participation than local participation. I may be wrong, but the list of awardees that I saw, and it was a great concern to me. If they pack their bags and go, what happens to us?
There's a big gap that will need to be filled.
Because beyond even what's being done locally, we still go to those same countries to import medicines.
That's right.
So how are we empowering the local market to be able to provide or produce or manufacture these, essentials that we require? I give it a serious thought on. In fact, the overall CEO of the year is not Ghanaian.
I see.
Yeah, the overall CEO is not Ghanaian. I think the biggest manufacturer, importer, exporter went to Ghanaian.
Okay.
But then, I mean, by and large, if you strike maybe a percentage ratio, you get 70 going outside, 30
really?
staying here. Yeah.
That is of big concern.
Yeah, it's a big concern. And for most of these expats who would repatriate their cash out there to their homes or countries of origin, it creates a bit of anxiety for me. It created for me, even though the event was beautiful, Latif Abubakar and his team did great, but that was a thought running through my mind: Ghana beyond aid.
Absolutely. And so it would appear on our books that we're doing well, we're doing this and that, but the monies don't seem to be staying on our shores.
No. That's where the problem is.
Some more on the front page of the Daily Analyst. Akufo-Addo attends 63rd ECOWAS Summit in Guinea-Bissau. And he also says, I'm focused on building a progressive nation. He's pictured here after receiving his citation. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill is useless. Kofi Akpalu, 5 years. And lastly, the Daily Guide here. I am Kufuor's seed, nurtured by Nana Bawumia. Speaking there, addressing some NPP delegates, and they are
do you know your
captured.
Grandfather? Helen, do you know your grandfather?
I do know my grandfather.
You do?
On my dad's side, at least. Yeah,
Okay.
he used to be a teacher in
So
Akosia.
Dr. Baumia is telling us who his grandfather is.
He said he's Kufuor's seed.
Yes.
Nurtured
by
Nana.
to be harvested by.
This is photosynthesis. Serious photosynthesis.
To be harvested by
the people of Ghana.
Oh my God.
AG Whipple boss hold talks in Geneva, and minister exposes Ablakwa's fallacy contracts. And I was following the Honorable Ablakwa on social media like I usually do, because as soon as he intercepts a document, fast, and he doesn't always say, we've intercepted this document. He's always intercepting documents, and he had a lot to share on social media.
Regarding that particular matter, Honorable Eslo also Kufuor, as I read the tweet the other time, she did Honorable Ablakwa because she spoke of a different contract to the tune of $115 million, and that the project is presently happening, and that project approved by both Parliament and Cabinet is there's nothing wrong with it. Well, here's a letter dated the 15th of December 2021, and it's from GIFEC. GIFEC is that institution of government that takes care of some of these things. It comes with a logo of Airtel Tigo as well, and it says, to whom it may concern, proof of existing contract between Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GIFEC, and Ascend Digital Solutions Limited. Now, Prince Ofosu Sefa, we interviewed him not a while ago, administrator, confirmed that Ascend Digital Solutions is currently executing on behalf of the Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GIFEC, a contract for engineering, design, build, rollout, and managed services operating all aspects of mobile and backhaul network infrastructure related to our flagship rural telephony projects involving cell sites in the 2016 communities. Ascent Digital Solution Limited has been delivering these services to us since February 2020, and the duration of the build and rollout contract is until August 2023, while the managed services contract is renewable after an initial agreement for 2 years, in witness whereof this certificate is issued to serve and assent that of right. Yours truly, Prince Ofosu Sefa, acting administrator. And then there's NITA. In fact, it was NITA that we interviewed here, December 15, 2021, to whom it may concern. Proof of existing contract between National Information Technology Agency, NITA, and Smart Infra Co. Limited. That's the company that Ablakwa spoke about. It says, Richard Otrifosu, Director General, confirmed that Smart Infra Co. Limited, affiliate of Ascend Digital Solutions, is currently executing a contract with Ministry of Communications and Digitalization for maintenance and commercialization of the NITA digital infrastructure composed of a fiber backbone of 10 kilometers, 3-meter fiber networks of 300 kilometers, a 4G network nationwide, 10 POPs, and 2 data centers. Smart Infraco Limited, affiliate of Ascend Digital Solutions, has been handling this infrastructure from February 2020, and the duration of the maintenance and commercialization contract is until 2030. In witness whereof, this certificate is issued to serve and assert that of right. Thank you, Richard Ochri Fosu, Director General. The Honorable Minister of Communication has been in copy on that. So this is dated in 2021. It makes me wonder how and why the communications minister will now come public to dare Okudzeto Ablakwa to provide the contract. And he adds the entire contract document. I mean, it's quite bulky, so we'll not be able to get into it. But just by way of information, the companies in question, this is a document from the Registrar General's Department as well, Accra, Ghana, dated the 11th of December 2019. Subject: company with shares, private limited, part 1. Company details. Now, company registration number is CSO 9413 2019. Company type is a private limited. Company name is Ascend Digital Solutions Limited. TIN is also there. Date of incorporation 5th of April 2019. RGD office Accra. Date of commencement 5th of April 2019. Principal activity IT solutions, yada yada, has been import, everything else. The nature of business is the same thing. So these are fresh information that should I say intercepted? That we have received, and it goes to solidify what Okudzeto Ablakwa had said earlier, that there indeed is an existing contract. I'm just wondering, because this was in the news on Friday, Saturday has come and gone, Sunday has come and gone. Maybe the minister will respond to it today, because he challenged. I'm challenging Ablakwa to put out the contract.
In fact,
Ablakwa
yes,
has put out the contract with 2 certificates, one from GIFEC and one from NITA. These are agencies that work under the ministry, and when the request was made to them by Ablakwa from Parliament, they actually issued the certificate, and in social media terms, they tagged the Minister for Communication, but they kept her in copy. This was in 2021. So what exactly was the minister talking about?
Well, she says she's still waiting for that contract, which we now know has been supplied. She says these are just ignorant rants by the honorable minister, and that she has work to do. She said, please produce the contract that you claim I signed without PPA approval.
Who was in charge of our communications sector in 2019, in 2020? It's the same person. Maybe she didn't sign. Maybe one of her deputies did. But my point is that, William, good morning. To the extent that 2 agencies under the ministry have written a certificate to say that, yes, there is something in the nature of what Okudzeto Ablakwa was talking about. I didn't think that it was necessary for her to have come out in the way she did to dare, Okudzeto Ablakwa. Because we have seen what has happened in the case of the National Cathedral, for example. Now, the National Cathedral can't even speak.
No.
Because each time you speak, you are fact-checked. And there are eggs in your face. And you're building a church. A church has to be built on truth and all of that. So I didn't think that the minister should have come out the way she did. I honestly don't think. I don't know what William thinks.
Well, it's a response to the call by the president for all of us to be citizens and not spectators. And I appreciate the work that the Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa is doing, and all of us should be doing. That's the only way to go. The minister has said what she has to say, but it's a running story. And that's why it's an investigation. Right. Investigation must begin. Because at the end of the day, you being the minister doesn't mean that you have all the information.
No.
Who signed it? Maybe you didn't sign it. But at the end of the day, information minister is saying what he is saying. The sector minister is saying what she is saying. But paper no lie. So at the end of the day, we'll find the truth. And this is encouraging on a Monday morning. Because once there's a contract, it means public purse is at stake.
That's right.
And it is only Parliament that can sanction any use of public funds. So it's refreshing to see that an MP is in the middle of all this. Very refreshing.
And for me, I think that maybe the minister missed the point, because Okudzeto Ablakwa's point was that there were procurement infractions. If you read the minister's tweet, he didn't even talk about the $448 million contract. It went straight to another contract, which is $115 million, right? Dollars. He didn't talk about the 48. So as to whether the 48 is a component of the 115 million, which is presently being carried out underway,
right?
Or the 48 is a stand-alone, and as to whether that stand-alone received Parliament and Cabinet approval, or whether Cabinet approved it first and then it was brought later to Parliament to be, ratified, as they like to call it. Now, again, it comes back to what the procurement law says. Was it so sourced, and what were the conditions under which they were so sourced? This company that was incorporated in 2019, as the evidence here supplied has proved, is that the only company that was so qualified at the time when we were thinking of this rural telephony thing, for them to even build and manage it up until a time? Because 2019, and we started the operations in 2020, April 2020. So between 2019, April 2019 and April 2020, that 1 year period, was that enough to have gained a lot of experience to be able to say, okay, then they are qualified to wire the whole country the way it is? Too many questions that require answers. In the past, who are the companies that have done these things for us? And where were those companies at the time when we needed to do this? Ablako has also said that these companies have Nigerian linkages. Is that the case? And who is behind it? Too many questions. And I think that the minister may just have to take her time to answer the question. If you are right, explain yourself. Support it with documents. I don't think screaming would give us the answers. That's not what we're looking for.
No, not at all.
We're not looking for a shouting party.
Not at all. And it's always worth mentioning that the Honorable Kujoto Ablakwa is actually carrying out his mandate. This is a big part of his job.
Right.
Scrutinizing contracts. I mean, again, as William said, this is the public purse. So if something has come that it looks like the issue, it could be something untoward that's going on. As a minister in charge, as Johnnie, you're also saying, you also is to come, I would say, a bit more sober. And let's get to the bottom of it. If you have the documentation and paperwork and we can shut this down, then we move on. In terms of procurement issues, we have so many unanswered questions, even with the cathedral, for example, how we came about choosing the companies that were building and all of that. We still don't know why we only went for, say, one architect. We didn't open it up for bidding for others to also throw their hat in the ring, so we get the best bang. You get the best bang for your buck, as the saying goes. It's like home econs. They have different shops and market stores and whatever else. So you pick the one that the price is good, the quality is there. You do some analysis and you go with that. Just because it's a public purse doesn't mean you go for the top of the line, top of the shelf. Just go and buy the first one that you see. Oh, this is my party. Then we go. No, it's not your money. It's for all of us.
So
let's scrutinize whether you did the best thing with our money. Finish.
And I honestly think that while we're at all of this, trying to look for who signed what to get this contract rolled out and our money is being spent on, etc., you also want to keep in mind that at the ministry, the minister is the principal. All others are agents, because the minister is a direct representative of the president. So the buck stops with the minister. If the ministry is supposed to appear before the Public Accounts Committee, it is the minister that sits in the chair, backed by all the other agency heads and chief director and whatever it is. So is the minister now suggesting to us that somebody may have